We have to wait over a year for the next MCU movie, so today I am ranking all the upcoming MCU projects in development based on my excitement. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to further videos. Today I've got a tier list ranking of the MCU projects in development based on my excitement. Now, I've made variations of this video in the past, but because we don't have another MCU movie for an entire calendar year, it's time to discuss 2026 and beyond. So I'm not talking about the remaining shows they're gonna drop this year, like Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, or Wonder Man. I'm just talking 2026 projects and beyond. So before I get into this, hit that like button, comment down below which of these projects you're the most excited for, and of course, subscribe into that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. It will mean quite a bit, but I have some standard tiers here. Without further ado, I say we just get down to business. I've got the top tier as Need It Now, then I've got I'm Excited, I'm Curious, and Don't Care. And again, I've got the movies in development as well as the shows and some special presentations, or should I say one special presentation. These are randomized, but let's go ahead and begin. First up, we've got Avengers Doomsday. This film is in production. When it comes down to Doomsday, this is a movie where my excitement's kind of been waning. It's been about a year since RDJ was announced at San Diego Comic-Con last year to be coming back to the MCU, this time playing Dr. Doom. I will say, post the Fantastic Four First Steps, which I have a review of, you should check that out, linked up above, I'm a little more excited for this movie than I was, because it seems like there's sort of a clearer sense of direction, I should say. The post-credits scene, spoilers for Fantastic Four, shows Dr. Doom pulling up at the Baxter Building to seemingly kidnap Franklin Richards, who's going to have a major role in the plot of Doomsday. We also see in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, spoilers for that Excelsior, the Fantastic Four ship, is coming into frame while the new Avengers, or the Thunderbolts, see that. So everything is starting to come together for the stakes of Avengers Doomsday, and when it comes down to it, guys, I can't help but get excited for a new Avengers movie. I've tried to have a positive outlook about this movie. I know there's a good chance it could be messy, it could be rushed, but I don't think it will be Infinity War Endgame, and that's not what it's supposed to be. And once I've accepted that this isn't, the end of an era, I've been able to get more excited for this film, right? This is not supposed to replicate the success of Infinity War Endgame. It's not closing a chapter. It's sort of launching the MCU forward, and after some recent comments by Feige where he's talking about Secret Wars maybe serving as like a soft reboot of the MCU so that we can have all these different fresh universes with new characters, it has me excited for what's to come. It seems like, Doomsday and Secret Wars could actually serve as the beginning of the new era of the MCU, and so honestly, truly, with this being one of the next two MCU movies, with the post-credit scenes of both Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, and just with the star-studded cast we've got here, I'm gonna say I need it now. I'm trying to be optimistic about this. I'm gonna say I need it right now. This is a movie that, again, has gone through different tiers over these different videos I've made, but as of today, July 29th, 2025, I'm gonna say I need this movie now, and whenever we do get the first, teaser for this movie, like a 30-second teaser, it's gonna be the talk of the town. It's going to break the internet. Next up, though, we've got a show, Daredevil Born Again Season 2. This is actually going to come out in March of 2026, which is awesome because we got Season 1 in March of 2025. So if Born Again could be like the steady MCU show that gets a season every single year, it'll feel golden to have sort of an old school TV show, right? One that's like the anchor of the street level side of things, but also just great TV, and we're getting seasons annually. Bring it on. I'm excited. I'm going to put this right there right now. I'm excited. Season 1 was very strong, in my opinion. One of the better, if not the best, seasons of MCU TV. I appreciate how it took some elements from the Netflix show, but also had its own voice, its own identity. It was dark. It was brutal. It had a best needle drop in the MCU, arguably, with everything in its right place. I mean, that might be a bit hyperbolic, but to me, it's a top 5 needle drop. At the end, with his whole voiceover, chills. I've watched that scene many a time since March, so I'm excited to see this world continued. I believe the Punisher special is going to play directly into that, and at the end of the season, I mean, Daredevil and co, all vigilantes are kind of on the run, and Kingpin is just unhinged as always, so stakes are going to be higher, and I think they can do a lot more with this season because they don't have to worry about setting up the world. We already know what's at stake. We know these characters, and I'm here for it. So I'm excited for Season 2. to see what they have at play there. Next up, we've got the X-Men movie, which doesn't have a title right now, but it's going to be directed by Jake Schreier. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He directed Thunderbolts. Honestly, I'm curious about this movie. I'm going to put it there right now because we don't know who the lineup of X-Men are going to be. We don't know what universe it's going to be set on. This is probably going to follow Secret Wars. So this could be the big movie that acts like an Iron Man in the first phase that sort of sets up this new era of the MCU in a sense. And so there's a lot to be curious about here. Outright excitement, I can't say because we don't know who's involved. We don't know if Doomsday and Secret Wars are going to be total disasters that kill all, excitement and hype for the future of the MCU. But with Jake Schreier at the helm, I think we can be pretty confident. He crafted a really good MCU movie with Thunderbolts that had that, again, unconventional team-up family feel. So there's lots to be hopeful about if he's directing. I don't think that Marvel Studios is going to want to mess up X-Men, right? We've seen some bad X-Men movies over the years. We've seen some great X-Men movies when they're being pumped out by Fox, but Marvel Studios, they've never made an X-Men movie, and so they're going to want to do it justice. Deadpool and Wolverine doesn't count in my mind, but a pure X-Men film from Marvel, they're going to want to do it justice, so I'm curious to see when that, ultimately comes out and who the lineup of X-Men are. Next, we have Armor Wars, and I'm going to cut the shit here. I don't care about this. I'm putting it down here right now. This is one of those projects that's been in development hell. It was initially, I think, a special presentation / a show, then it's morphed into a movie, and I'll tell you right now, I don't think it's ever going to see the light of day, so I don't care. I think Rhodey's going to be the lead of this if it ever happens. I'm good. I don't even have anything else to say. Next, we have Black Panther 3, which intrigues the hell out of me, and I'll tell you why. Ryan Coogler's back to direct. Denzel Washington has a role. This will likely be set after Secret Wars, and it will be set after Doomsday. And so what I'm thinking is, if we get this sort of soft reboot of the MCU, Black Panther 3 might be able to have T'Challa in it, and he's played by a different actor. I feel that with Wakanda Forever, the absence of T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, it was felt. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, but I think that that's such a pivotal character. You can't just move on from him like that. I think he has to have a role in the MCU. But the end of Wakanda Forever set up, his son to potentially take on that mantle, so they could do a time jump, or they could just have Black Panther T'Challa in another universe and still call it Black Panther 3. So there's a lot at play here. That's why I'm going to say I'm curious about this. I'm going to put it right here, because where is it going to take place? Is it going to be the main MCU timeline, or is it going to be post-universe reset after Secret Wars, and we've got a completely new actor playing T'Challa, and it's not even his son from Wakanda Forever? Like, there are so many what-ifs here, and I feel like What If, the show, even opens the door to different possibilities with the multiverse and all that. So anything's possible. I have a strong feeling we'll get a new lead actor here playing Black Panther, and I know there's murmurs of it maybe being Damson Idris from F1, and I am so game for that, but we'll have to see. Next, we've got Shang-Chi 2, a movie that kind of in development hell. I mean, the first came out in 2021. This is a movie that's long overdue, in my opinion. He's one of the most intriguing new character additions to the MCU in the post-Endgame era, so why haven't we seen more of him? I don't know. He's going to be in, I believe, Doomsday and Secret Wars, so hell yeah to that. But to get a second film, I think it's necessary. I'm going to say again, curious about this one. When's it going to take place? There were rumors a while back that it might be called like The Wreckage of Time and be set between Avengers movies. I don't know if that's still a possibility or not. Seems like we're just going to have Spider-Man, Doomsday, Secret Wars, and nothing in between, but I'm hopeful maybe something could be in between, and this could be that project. Again, no idea here, but I'm going to say I'm curious about this one and put it right here. Lots of questions because there hasn't been a lot of movement on production, but if it were to take place between Avengers films, I'm kind of down for that, and I think that might be the case. One of these movies is going to have to come out between Avengers films because if you look at the lineup, you got Spider-Man Brand New Day, July of next year, Doomsday, December of next year, and then a Secret Wars, December of the following year. So you've got 2 in 2026, 1 in 2027. You know Marvel's going to want to release a summer movie in the year 2027. Could that be Shang-Chi 2? Could that be Black Panther 3? Only time will tell. Next, we've got Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I'm going to say it right now. Out of all the movies, this is the one I'm the most excited for. Putting it at the top of Need It Now, Tom Holland Spider-Man's the man. You know, following up the No Way Home trilogy, this is the next time we're going to see this character. So it'll have been about 5 years since we've seen him last in No Way Home. The man needs another Spider-Man movie, and he's finally getting one. Word on the street is it's going to be more street level. I hope they fully embrace that. Maybe bring back Michael Mando's Scorpion from the Homecoming post-credit scene to tie up that loose end. I'm so down for that. But yeah, Spider-Man, he is the hero, right? To me, he is the face of Marvel, I would say. And so to have another movie in the MCU with him, it's just a gift. It's a blessing. And I need that movie now. I'm pumped, and Destin Daniel Cretton, who did Shang-Chi, is actually directing it, which means we're probably going to get some cool Spidey fight scenes. So hell yeah, I need this movie now, I need it yesterday. I think this is long overdue. I know that Tom Holland probably wanted to take a break, but I mean, No Way Home was, again, 4 years ago almost. By the time this comes out, it'll have been, what, 5 almost? I mean, you gotta have another Spidey out, and we're getting it next summer, about a year from now, so cannot wait for that. Moving into the world of TV, but staying in the world of Spider-Man, we've got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2 and Season 3, because both have been renewed. I saw this image, I want to say that Spider-Gwen is going to be in Season 2, so that's exciting. I'd say I'm curious about this. You know, I enjoyed Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 1. It came out in January of this year. It was a delightful little show. I watched it once, all in one sitting, and I haven't watched it since. I haven't thought about it much since, but my big takeaway was they can do a lot with this world. They kind of laid the groundwork. There are so many different groups of heroes and villains they can introduce, so many storylines they can follow here, so I'm curious to step back into that comic book animated world of Spider-Man, so I'll put that at the back of I'm curious. Moving on, we've got Blade. I'm putting this in eh. It's not that I don't care, but I'm putting it in eh because I feel hopeless with this movie at this point. The line in Deadpool and Wolverine pretty much sums it up.
There's only ever gonna be one Blade.
Because that's kind of how it feels, and Marvel almost is self-aware of that at this point. This was announced years ago, I think 2019, and it still hasn't come out. It's gone through directors, it's gone through writers. I think it's probably going to get fully scrapped and shelved eventually. They just haven't confirmed that yet. It's tough, but it's really hard to be excited. I'm not going to say I don't care outright, but I am going to go eh, just because I feel like it's a long shot this one ever sees the light of day. On the other hand, we've got Punisher, the Punisher special. This comes out next year. I don't know if it's before or after Daredevil Born Again, but it's going to be important because we know Jon Bernthal's Punisher is showing up in Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I didn't mention earlier intentionally. That's right. Spider-Man Brand New Day has Jon Bernthal's Punisher confirmed to be in it. That dynamic I cannot wait to see, so I imagine with this special, it's somehow going to lead into Brand New Day. I'm not saying we're going to see Spider-Man because I don't think they can do that with the rights, but I do think this is going to be important for Bernthal's Punisher, and so I can't wait to see how this plays in the Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm outright excited for this bad boy. I might put it right here behind, actually even over Born Again, because I'm a huge Punisher fan, especially of Bernthal, and so I think I'm almost more excited to see him in his own special. He actually has a writing credit on as well, over the Daredevil Born Again second season. Call me a madman, but can't wait to see him pair up with Spidey on the big screen in Brand New Day. We've only got 2 left. The next is Vision Quest, another show that's supposed to come out next year, but I feel like it's not going to. It'll come out eventually. I don't care about this one. I'm going to put it right here. Honestly, I just don't give a damn. I wasn't interested in this character in WandaVision, and this is another one of those instances where if this show were to have to be made, right, why didn't it come out years ago? We got WandaVision in 2021. Agatha felt a little too late. This feels even later. I don't understand what we're doing, so I don't care about that. You know, they could do a lot of cool things. That show could maybe end up winning me over, but as of today, no desire to check that out. And then rounding out the list, we've got Avengers Secret Wars, which I am excited for. I won't say I need it now because I need the movies that come before it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to put this at the top of I'm excited because I absolutely need Doomsday and I need Brand New Day, but if those two are bad, I won't be as excited for Secret Wars. So I'm saying I'm outright excited for Secret Wars, but I have Doomsday and Brand New Day both because they're actually first, they come beforehand. So I need those movies now to see if they're really good in order to start building the excitement for Secret Wars. Now, if we're going off brand name alone, Secret Wars, of course, is going to have the biggest draw here, but I need Spidey for, I need Doomsday before I can fully buy in and get pumped and need Secret Wars now. But that does it for my tier list ranking of all the MCU projects in development, from the movies in 2026 and beyond to the shows and specials in 2026 and beyond. Let me know in the comments down below what tiers you would place these in. What movie and show are you the most excited for in the upcoming MCU lineup? And of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. I mean, quite a bit. But thank you guys, as always, for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.